Thank you. So I think I shall start now, and people can join in while we start. So, very good evening from India, and greetings of the new year to everyone who have joined. And I welcome you all to this regional dialogue on youth leadership for sustainable lifestyles, which is organized by SASEANEE at the Center for Environment Education. And my name is Sushmita Chanda. I am the SASEANEE Program Coordinator, and I'll be moderating for today's session. So let me take this opportunity to introduce you to the SASEANEE network. Uh, SASEAN is a South and Southeast Asia network for environmental education, which is basically a global consortium of global environmental organizations in the region and globally also. And these we are backed by strong global organizations with an aim to promote environmental literacy and sustainable living in the region. And we have a portal also where we share and exchange resources. So you can have the link on the website, and also I'll share at the end. So let me just ask one question. If like what comes to your mind when I say South and Southeast Asia? So just quickly, you can just let me know in the comments. So what is the common thing which comes into your mind when we say South and Southeast Asia? Yeah. So is it yeah, please you can write your comments. So what comes generally in our mind is like the basic the vibrant culture and the diverse region and landscapes which we share among us. And it is basically very connected by a strong yeah, can you please mute timer? So it's basically also connected with strong youthful energy, strong communities, and shared ecosystems, and where we also face some common challenges in the region related to climate and disaster, and such regions and social inequality. And alongside, we also see some powerful stories of innovation and leadership with young people who are driving the sustainable change. So as you know, youth are leading and are important change of agents of change in the region, and the region is vulnerable to climate change, with youth group having the median age in this region, and having such diverse geography and culture is what makes this region a very unique for conservation and taking sustainable actions. So one such initiative, as I mentioned earlier, from SASEAN, which we are trying to do, is connecting our youth, educators, NGOs, and policymakers through this network in the region with the 19 countries to share resources, explore with different thematic experts in the region, and get connected with us through such international events and forums, and participate for such causes which is very relevant to the region and environment. So as I move forward, I'm excited to explore these youth leadership voices who are present with us today and from different countries and region. And before starting that, I'll also have with me Mr. Gorang Patwardhan, Project Officer of Center for Environment Education. He looks after CE Academy. So he has a quick poll on sustainable lifestyle, which he will show now on the screen. So yeah, I'm sorry, I can just, yeah. We shall show on the screen, and then you can respond accordingly one by one. There are three questions which will come to your screen now. So number one, yeah, which actions do you take in your daily day-to-day life that can be considered sustainable? So these are the options. You can quickly select one of the options from the screen. Maybe move to the next question, please. Yeah. Okay, so let people respond. I can wait. Right. Right. Yeah, so I can see a lot of participants actively giving their options on the screen. So till now, I can see most of the people have selected using public and active transportation as a sustainable choice, then using eco-friendly products. Yes, I think we can move to the next question, please. Thank you so much for all your responses. And we have two more questions which I can share now. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, so number two is also, sorry, it's my mistake. Yeah. So for the most significant barrier you face in moving towards promoting a sustainable lifestyle, we can see we have received almost 30% in three options like lack of supportive policies, infrastructure, community not supportive of change, cost and affordability issues. Okay. And then we can see, yeah, where can youth create the most substantial impact for sustainability? Yeah, for number three, I think you can answer quickly and then we can move next. Yeah, okay. Thank you, everybody, for your response. So I see a lot of engagements coming in, and thank you so much. So as I move forward, yeah, I would like to introduce our speakers who are there. Yeah, can I move the next slide? Sorry. Just a minute, I'll just share my screen. So, yes, today we have with us our speakers from different countries. I'll go with the first of the speaker, Miss Saida Kazma Azbagian from Iran. She is our first speaker, and she's an international environmental science lecturer and PhD candidate in soil biology and biotechnology engineering at University of Tehran, Iran. She's also an international youth diplomacy researcher and climate activist. She's a young soil scientist and she has represented various international forums, including UN Youth Assembly. So please over to Ms. Saida for your great insightful presentation. Thank you so much. I'll stop sharing my screen now.
Yes, thank you so much, dear Sasmita. That's my pleasure to be here. Hello, everyone. At first, I need to share my screen. Yes, just let me share my screen.
Yeah.
Do you have my voice, dear Sasmita?
Yes, yes, we have your voice.
Okay. And what about my screen? Do you see
Uh,
my screen?
yeah, now we can see your screen. Maybe you can do the slideshow.
Mm, okay. I think that it's okay right now. Yes?
Yes, yes, yes. Please continue. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much. Hello again, everyone. That's the greatest pleasure for me to be here today. I'm Sayyeda Khamsa Asbaqian, PhD candidate in soil biology and biotechnology engineering in University of Tehran. And today I'm here to talk about from living soil to green living, something that I myself, I think the youth sector needs to, take action and consider this point more and more. Today, we will discuss on youth leadership in reviving soil for a sustainable future, lessons from India, Indonesia, and the globe. And we have to discuss that we need to protect our planet through sustainable practices for future generations. Okay, here you see just yes, a brief, introduction about I myself, but let me highlight that one of my greatest achievements during last weeks in my country was, getting the award of Iran's National Distinguished Engineer, and it was my proud to get this award. So, dear friends, as a young soil scientist and international environmental activist, I've seen firsthand how degraded soil threatens livelihood, but youth like us just managing and leading the revival, and we need to add creativity and we need to add our ideas in order to make change in the field of agriculture, field of sustainable and regenerative agriculture. In my field work across the world, I've witnessed farmers struggling with barren land, and yet young innovators restoring it through simple, sustainable methods. You see some pictures that I'm in farm and I'm working in my research activities, and I see that how farmers, how youth can add their ideas and their creative minds to decrease the effects of soil degradation in their land. Living soil isn't just dirt, it's a thriving ecosystem, as you know. It holds billions of microbes per gram. When we revive it, we unlock a greener, more resilient future. Here you see the pictures of Iranian student athletes around the world that when I myself had the honor to travel with our students, that they have participated in variety of school championships around the world, like for example, Brazil, Serbia, and Bahrain. They planted trees as a message of peace, friendship, and soil conservation around the world. And they believe that Iranian student athletes are environment lovers. I think that all the students around the Asia, around all the world can manipulate and apply such kind of creative ideas during their events, and it was really inspiring for I myself. But what is living soil? You know that soil as a living ecosystem consists of billions of microbes, fungi, and organisms in every gram. And healthy soil has 10 times more biodiversity than degraded soil. All the research, papers, articles, and the FAO data show that microbial inoculants, like, for example, fungal endophytes and bioinputs, like Brazil's microgreen revolution, that it's a kind of, well-known revolution in green, actions, rapidly boost soil carbon, reduce chemical fertilizer needs by up to 30%, and enhance regeneration. But in my own lab experiments, I have seen that applying beneficial microbes to degraded samples increase the organic carbon and fertility by 25 to 35%. And it provides, soil a kind of atmosphere that it can heal itself using such kind of tools. And the tool here is soil microbes. So we can use composts, we can use for example, fruits and vegetables wastes in order to provide such diverse and such a live atmosphere in our soil. And here you see that, for example, how the role of soil microbes in soil is important. That when we compare the soil before adding the microbial inoculants, we see the huge outcome and huge effects, that how soil microbes can affect the soil structure, can affect the soil aeration, can help soil to save the water, and can decrease the rate of carbon emission and climate change. So, dear friends, around 30 to 33% of lands degraded in India, as I have searched about this, by erosion, acidity, soil organic carbon, and it's something that it leads to soil organic carbon declining due to overuse of fertilizers and climate impacts. So uh, you as youth need to take action in order to raise awareness. Also in Indonesia, we see severe erosions in palm oil regions, that peatland degradation accelerates and increases the emissions and losses of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, and it will enhance the climate change effects in your country and actually as a consequence around the world. During my international collaborations, I've met young farmers in rural areas whose incomes halved due to dead soil, and yet they inspired me with their resilience, that how soil health can help economy also in other countries. Here you see the rate of losing ground and degraded soils around the world. As an example, you see eroded soils in Indonesia and in some parts of the Asia. And it's something that we are researching right now on this, that how can we help GLOB in order to restore their soils. I have seen variety of successful campaigns around the world, like for example, Save Soil movement, that also in India, it was really successful. More than 5,000 youth farmers in Chennai, in India, they have gathered together in order to raise awareness, and youth-led natural farming restoring, youth-led natural farming restoration programs could help to restore soil organic carbon around 0.4% annually. That is a great rate. Also, global landscape from chapters and restorations stewards are those kind of 2025 projects that I have tracked, and I've seen that how successful movements we had in such kind of regions in Asia. But we can use regenerative methods like cover crops in agroforestry, and in this case we can decrease the rate of erosion and we can rebuild carbon in our soils. Also, like that, we have such kind of youth leadership programs in India, like as I told, global landscape from chapters. And also something that was really interesting for me was young leaders that they were really effective in regenerative agriculture, and they try to do some inspiring and effective actions in soil conservation sector in a mangrove or peat restoration. So we can focus on peatlands, especially in Indonesia, for rehabilitation and for microbial, conservation, for combating high erosion rates in plantation areas in Indonesia. I have seen a variety of global, activities that were really constructive. But for example, one of the most important and inspiring ones was the World Food Forum in 2025, that most of the policymakers there believed that regenerative agriculture can attract Gene Z using technology, and most of the use could create AI sensors for soil health. So nowadays in our technological world, AI can help farmers, can help scientists in order to create more effective tracking sensors for soil health around the world. But at the end, I have to tell you, my dear friends, that we, the youth, are the soil saviors. From India's natural farming to Indonesia's peat revival and global microbial innovations, we are proving change, and we are proving that change is possible and we can make change. So start today, plant, advocate, innovate, and join movements like Save Soil and other kind of movements around the world to turning living soil into green living. There is just one inspiring message from Franklin Roosevelt that he says, "The nation that destroys its soil destroys itself." So we have to consider and take care of this. Thank you so much, dear friends, for your attention. Since my time was a bit, few, I just ask you to be connected with me through social media and ask your questions. I welcome all your ideas and looking forward for future collaborations. Thanks a billion.
Thank you, Sayeda, very much for your very grateful insights on the global aspects as well as the regional aspect on the soil conservation and youth taking action in the region. And and we will definitely be in touch with you for the soil conservation related expertise. And moving forward, I would like to now call. Let me just share my slide. Yeah. Yes. Sorry. There's some errands. Yeah. So, yeah, Mr. Sarvanna Kumaran, a very young budding entrepreneur from India. He's the founder of Revise Tech Solutions, and his work is to share climate conscious consumerism products. So, and at Revise, he's working on creating purposeful alternatives in personal care and home care products that are simple, thoughtful, and fit into everyday routines. They are currently running two sustainable initiatives using upcycled food waste, which is the bean loop and eye peels. And one of the important thing is that he is the first generation entrepreneur who believes in learning by doing. So over to you, Mr. Sarvana, and you may please share your insights about the initiatives which you have been leading in India. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. So I will start screen sharing. So good evening, one and all. My name is Sarvana, from India, Mumbai, and I run this company called Revise Tech Solutions. I hope I'm audible clearly and my screen is visible, which is in presentation mode now.
Yes, yes.
Great. So let me quickly start. So with the insight that we started was like normally in India, the solid waste that gets discarded from home or in any other commercial space as well. 50 to 60% of the composition is organic waste, and these are normally considered for composting, biogas production, or it is landfilled. Like these are biogas or composting is indeed a great option, and it enriches the soil to a great extent, which was highlighted by my previous speaker as well. But at a certain level, like most of the organic waste ends up in the landfill, and these operations, composting or biogas, is not only time taking but also capex heavy, but it also treats the good food and the bad food in the same way. By the bad food, I mean the discards, the peels, or the remains from our plates, which is indeed can be composted. But with the good food, I mean the peels of the fruit, the husk, the coffee residues and all. So that's where we saw an opportunity to upcycle these organic byproducts from the food processing industry and curate some range of products out of it. So that's what we are doing at Revise. So currently we have two brands. One is I-peels, where we ferment the citrus peels. So the citrus peels, which includes orange, lemon, pineapple, etc. We After juicing happens, we collect the peels from the vendors, and then we ferment that, and then curate a range of home care products which are concentrated. They use a Swadeshi surfactant, which is Rita or soap nut. So you can look more about it on the internet. And the remains, so after the fermentation process, the liquid, we extract that and we use the microbes from that to curate the range of products. The solids that are left out is part of that is used in the next process or the next fermentation batch. But we have also experimented that if we put it in the soil, it has exact compounds like potassium, nitrogen, which is required for the soil, and it gets decomposed within 10 to 20 days of putting in the soil. So it acts as the exact nutrition that the soil requires, while we extract the other materials like the oils and the bioactives from the peels. The second brand that we have is the Bean Loop, where we use the coffee residues. So after coffee is brewed at cafes like Starbucks or any other cafe, each cup of coffee brewed generates 20 grams of coffee residues, or it's called spent coffee grounds. We use that as a resource and we curate a product called powder hand wash, which we called on the go hygiene. And it is concentrated. These are powder to foam. So on your wet hands, you just sprinkle it, you lather it up with water and then rinse it off. It's majorly used by many travelers. The insight on which that we build on is that like if you can see my video, then most of the liquid products like liquid hand wash, shower gel, or body wash that you get in the market, 80% of the whole formulation is water. So you're basically transporting water and paying for water. We did not want to do that, and that's how we came up with this powder to foam formulation, which is more travel friendly, compact, and lasts longer than the liquid hand wash. So our mission and vision at Revise is that we aim to curate a range of products which help you as a consumer be a part of climate action knowingly or unknowingly. So you choose the product for the quality of the ingredients or the effectiveness of it, or you choose the product for the positive impact that it brings to the planet. you're sure to get a repurchase because of the quality of it. That's a vision also that we have written, that you choose, you be a part of climate action because we use natural ingredients or natural surfactant like soap nuts along with upcycled ingredients which we diverted from the landfill. We do not take anything from the food supply chain. We use the byproducts from the food processing industry. So we are diverting it from the landfill. So that's how we aim to be a part of climate action. And that's thing, like we are creating a, like FMCG, fast moving consumer goods, we are trying to create a category called climate conscious consumer products or consumer goods. With our brand, some conscious or decisions that we have within our packaging, I would love to highlight that quickly. In our powder hand wash, we mention that from the second purchase, we have refills and you can buy the refills. And additionally, our bottles are made with 100% recycled PET. So if you, it's a partially translucent, that's because of the recycled content. And we in for our refill packs as well. Like on whenever you go to tear it, we have clearly written the messaging of it is a multi-layered plastic. We had to use it because of the preservation that we needed to do, because we needed to protect it from the external moisture. But we tell that the top, while you tear it off, you don't tear it off completely, because when you tear the small part off from the complete packaging, it mostly gets lost in the supply chain and it doesn't get recycled. So, and it is, drop it in the dry waste so that it can be consciously processed further. There are a lot of organizations in India like Sahas Zero Waste, Hasiridullah, and like many other organizations who are processing these multi-layered packaging and curating a range of products. A Pune-based startup called Without by Akshaya also creates sunglasses and other products from the multi-layered packaging. So additionally, the cone, like from the second purchase, while you purchase the product, it was difficult to pour the product in. So we had to give something to put the product. So for that, what we are giving is, instead of creating something new, we like the stickers, after we peel off the sticker, the left out part, the white part, we use that and we make a cone out of it and give it. So it's a waste for us, but it could be a resource for you as a consumer. So that's how we came up with a solution for that. Even at when we keep the products at cafes or any other outlet, we try and keep the secondary packaging to basic or minimal. It is reusable by most of the cafes, and these are some things that we have done from our end. And some learnings I would like to quickly highlight before I close is that when you are building a brand, never assume things, or so you always communicate it. People are in a lot of daily chaos in their daily things, so they would not be able to remember always. If you try only telling it in the website, try putting it in the packaging clearly. It's not only about the design but the communication or the intent that you want to put it ahead. So it's you're always not ready for any sustainable solution or climate solutions. You're not always ready. You just implement it, see what are the feedbacks comes from the consumer, and then implement it, reiterate it, and then improve your product or the design or service accordingly. Then currently with respect to content as well, I'm trying to get more and more. So these are some of the content that I follow personally. It's basically as a generation who look for hooks in the reels, or whatever content we look for something creative or hooks, so that we are attached to it and we see the complete thing. So use that creativity in the content and create some amazing media and awareness about climate action sustainability. So that's it from my end. My LinkedIn, my website is here. You can always connect with me, and looking forward. Thank you so much, Sushmita, for the opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sarvana. And it was great hearing your entrepreneur journey, sustainable initiatives that you have been doing, following throughout the cycle chain, supply chain, and be it using natural ingredients and throughout the supply chain, following, minimal packaging in the secondary packaging and then labeling also. Very wonderful initiative. And thank you so much for sharing that all that with us. We will definitely try to use one of your products in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So moving forward, I would like to invite our next speaker, Miss Lida. Miss Lida Chun is a sustainability. She is a sustainability manager at Six Senses Corbe Island, and she will highlight her sustainability initiative journey that she have been following in Indonesia, Cambodia, and across the region. Also, she's also a youth empowerment YEP Academy alumni at Cambodia, and she has over 5 years of experience in hospitality sector. And yeah, so she can maybe come forward and share how she is developing the creative, sustainable approach in the operations that she has been designing and development programs. And she's also won several awards for leading the sustainable programs and projects through her experience and other opportunities. So yeah,
Hi everyone, thanks Sunita.
thank you.
A minute, will share the screen.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen now.
Okay, you see it, right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, hello everyone and Happy New Year. So I am Lida and my colleague may know me as a police that who go around the islands and catch who using the plastics. But I won't catch you today because I cannot see you. So before we move on, I would like to ask a question about what is sustainable lifestyle mean for you? You can like write on the chat, or like if you want us to hear your beautiful, why you can unmute yourself and answer it. I just want to know. It's no right or wrong answer. Okay, do we have comments? Do we have any answer yet?
Yeah, if anybody
Sorry,
wants to
no.
speak, maybe then we can unmute also. Please
Yeah.
raise the hand.
Lida,
So,
we lost you, the presentation.
okay, go back to my presentations. So, okay, everyone seems like so shy. Okay, so I will move on to the sustainability lifestyles mean. So for me, sustainability lifestyle is a broad topic, and it's we're talking a lot about plastic, about how we live in our daily lives. But one thing I would like you to know is you cannot get through a single day without having an impact on the world around you. So it's the mirror of the impact is a negative impact or positive impact. So if you see in these pictures, this picture is showing when I train the student about the impact of plastic related to the people health. So that we need to share this information, raise awareness about the impact of it to the young generation, which is very important. So sustainability, when we talking about sustainability, It's not 1 point or 2 point, but it will be 3 point, or we call it 3P. So we're talking about first, it's about planet. We try to minimize our negative impact on the environment. Second is people. People is you, to try to improve quality of life through healthier. So healthier is not mean about the only the physical health, but mental health and the communities that you live in. Last but not least, it's about the profit. To run the world, we need the profit also. However, the profit need to be living or operating the system while wasting zero resources. So again, it's not about the organization, big organization or small organization. It's applied to individual, small enterprise, and the big corporate. So when we're talking about sustainability, these 3 points need to be together. So sustainability is everything what we do. So I love the way how Kasha sharing about living social soils, and stands Sarah Vanas talking about his IPL brand and the bin love. I love it, and me mostly focus on the end of the consumer, because I working in tourism hospitality industry, which is the end of the consumer. So what we do is like the food we eat, the water we drink, energies that we use, the clothes that we wear, the trip we enjoy, is all combined in the hospitality industry. So what we do is efforts to the environment, efforts to the world. So just start with one action, begin with the easiest, and keep going consistently. When we're talking about sustainability, it looks like so complicated, but it's not. I would like to share you one thing that before I start joining about sustainability, I start from volunteer. And then, when starting with volunteers is about environment awareness, it's kind of precious, because when you go to a group that they not completely is not using plastic at all, but then use the one not, still using plastic, and then go to the group, and then it's feel like it's so pressure for you, because you want to cut off everything off. It's hard. But first, you need to do it step by step. So start with one actions and begin with some things that you think is easy. And the solutions that work for other, it doesn't mean work for you. So you need to experiment by yourself. However, to go through the example is very important to see the good example, and then you can try it by yourself. And last message that I want to send to everyone: if you think that you are too small to have an impact, try going to bed with a mosquito. This is a quote from Anita. So I think some of you may already experience to sleep without the net, and then the mosquito only one can really impact your sleep. So you are the most important, and you can make the action and change the world. Everyone is important. So very short from me. If you have any more questions, you can ask me more about hospitality industry and sustainability. Thank you.
Thank you, Rita, so much for giving us this wonderful insights about the sustainable tourism aspects, and how we can start with one action and then going step by step ahead in the sustainable journey. Thank you so much. I thank you all the speakers who have presented today, and I'll just now give the floor to the audience who are waiting. So if they have any questions, they can put in the chat, or they can raise their hands. We'll unmute them and they can ask them also. So please, audience, you can drop in your questions in the chat. Also, if any of the speaker wants to add something that they have missed earlier, they can add meanwhile we are discussing for question answers.
Sushmita, if I may,
Yes,
this is
ma'am.
Madhavi.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, please.
Hi, I just wanted Lida to give us one example of a sustainability initiative in the hospitality industry that she's working in. That would be very interesting for everybody. In brief, if you can just mention about at least one initiative or something that you think is very, very important.
So okay, thank you for the questions. It's a very hard word. So so if we're talking about here, it's like as you know, I'm working in Six Senses Crobai Islands, which is the private island ones that we work with, and two important things that we work. One we call is outside the resort, outside the island, which is we work on the community, and then inside the resort is on the operation. So on the operations, we focus on many things, but 3 points that most important that we do is first is about reduction energy, reduction waters, and then it's about waste. So reductions energy. So energy is, you know, the first step that we do is to reuse, because from what we see is now, people use it a lot. Like use it a lot, it doesn't mean that they use the fit what they need. This over it, right? Sometimes they don't need it and they just use it. So we try to reuse what to use it more efficiency, but because it's energy efficiency. So it's about the equipment or the tool that they use. For example, if refrigerators, the refrigerator, you need only the small one, but then you think that, okay, that's the business, you need the big one. However, it's not important. It's the waste of water. Sorry, it's the waste of energy. You just need like the small one while you need to the big ones. That's one point is about the energy, and then the waters. If you see it now, the water is very important. As you know, so the climate change, the ice is melting, and then the water is to become scarcity. So that people using, okay, it's the water everywhere on the world is a lot of water, but it's not. So we need to reuse it also. For example, I like give one very example ones, like when we're washing our hands before we go to after the toilets or go to the lunch. We put the sewage on our hands, and then we try to clean it. But when you clean it, do you still open on the water or not? If you're on the water, it means that the water is good to waste, because we don't need we haven't washed the sample the shower gel from our hand yet. So it's that just small things that you can reuse a lot of percentage of waters. And last but not least, about the importance is waste. So waste, like of course, when we living, we produce waste, but how many kilogram of waste that you produce? And those waste go to landfill or not? As you know, when it's go to landfill, it cannot bring back. If, for example, the plastic, the cans, for the plastic you can recycle, the can you also can recycle, but if it end up to the landfill, it will be the landfill forever. But if you separate it from the first place, so that maybe you can get the profit from it, like money, maybe some company will buy it, but however, some company will get it for free from you, just give them and then they recycle it. So it's already part of the positive impact that we can produce. And of
Sure.
course,
Yeah.
the communities. Raise awareness, give the good information to the young generation is very important. Like we know we have the Sarah Vanas here have this new ideas about the recycle, and then this enterprise, and also living soils that they produce that very helpful to the environment.
Thank you, Leda. Thank you so much. Over to you,
Thank you.
Sushmita. Anyone else
Yeah.
would like to add their example or even ask a question? That would be very helpful.
I can see other speakers from the region also. I can see speaker from Bangladesh, Malaysia. So if also they feel any relevant point, they can also add.
Anyone wants to share an experience which could add to what the young people today have said? I think it's been a wonderful sharing so far.
Yeah.
Sanskriti, would you like to add to it? Anything from the fee experience?
Rohit sir is there. He
Sure.
has. Yeah.
Rohit, please go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for this wonderful session. Thank you for all the speaker. You are doing a great job. We are also working on the similar domain. So my point is to Saravana. Saravana, you mentioned that you are using MLP for your packaging. So my question is, you are using MLP that is layers of plastic only, or this is coated with aluminum as well?
No, yeah, it has aluminum as well.
So the follow-up suggestion is there are now packaging happening where aluminum is not required. You can
Right,
have layer of plastic that will easy to recycle.
100%.
Though MLP itself is a difficult to recycle, but having aluminum coating in there, that's a little more difficult to recycle. And also, do
Yes.
you mention the type of plastic on your packaging, like 7 number?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
That's we do mention it, but additionally we wanted that normally people leave by just mentioning that it's 7 number, but we
No, no,
wanted to
that is
put
wonderful that you
additional.
mentioned. I heard
Yes.
all of that. Like Mother Dairy also now mentioned that not do not cut off the corner
Right.
and all that. We also
Yeah.
have that slides in all our presentation, not to cut from all that to like increase the microplastic. Anything below 5 mm is a microplastic. So wonderful
Yes.
work. Congratulations. Keep doing. Yeah. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you, Susmita.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So yeah, I think, yeah. Saida, you would like to add anything? I think maybe you can reflect your journey from local to global that you have been representing at various international forums.
I think I think Bidan had unmuted
Yes, yes.
probably.
Yeah. So we'll first go to Bidan. Mr. Bidan.
Sorry for the technical problem. Thank you very much and Happy New Year to everyone. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. I am honored to join this global webinar on behalf of Prabha Arora and from Bangladesh. And I sincerely thank SASANEE for organizing this timely and very important conversation. And I was really delighted to see the presentation on soil waste and plastic waste plastic pollution reduction by youth champions from various part of the world, and it was really really inspiring. Thank you very much. And I recently wrote a piece to clarify actually why the collaboration between advocacy and entrepreneurship is essential in the climate change field, and I will share it with everyone once it is published. But uh, I mean, after seeing the all of your presentation, the power of advocacy and entrepreneurship lies in working together. Advocacy shapes the policies, and entrepreneurship delivers practical, scalable solutions. United, then uh, turn ideas into real impact, building a sustainable future and empowering communities to lead climate action. And lifestyle is very important concept, but it is just a word. No, when we reflect on what lifestyle truly means, we begin to see its depth and uh, vastness. Lifestyle is not merely a personal choice, it is deeply connected to our social norms, cultural values, economic system, and even the way we innovate and consume. And in Bangladesh, we are already living with the frontline realities of climate change. You all know it: the flood situation, heat stress, water insecurity, and displacement. These challenges reminded us that climate action cannot rely on technology and policy alone. Uh, Lifestyle transformation must be at the heart of sustainable solutions. And at Prabha Aurora, we work closely with youth educators. We are doing on greening education work a lot with FEE, Foundation for Environmental Education, at where we are integrating communities and institutions to promote sustainable lifestyles that are locally grounded, socially inclusive and environmentally responsible. So we believe small, everyday choices, how we consume, travel, eat, learn, and engage with our communities can, collectively create large-scale impact when guided by awareness, equity, and responsibility. And this is why platforms like this global webinar are so important, and they allows us to learn from each other, bridges, local realities with, global thinking, and empower youth and communities to become change makers rather than passive recipients of climate impacts. And I truly believe that by rethinking lifestyles, not as, sacrifice, but as, opportunities, an opportunity, and we can move toward a future that is more just, resilient, and sustainable for all. Thank you once again.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I think you have summed up very beautifully the whole discussion of the today's. And yeah. So anything else if anyone wants to end before we move?
Dear Sasmita, may I add some
Yeah.
points?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, dear friends. It was really inspiring presentations that our friends had. Actually, while Lida was talking about plastics and plastics effect in the environment, I just reminded our experiences and our researches that we are doing in university now on, and we are using the capability of microorganisms in soil in order to degrade the microplastics in environment. And it's a really a global crisis right now, and we need to take action for this because it'll have a variety of dangerous effects for the human body's health, actually. And we need to take action. But we have one message in all over the forums around the world, that we are part of the solution, and no matter that in which a technical field, or in which NGO, or in which organization, or in which country we are working. But something that it's really important is to just think that I'm a part of solution, and I can just make change by my researches and by my steps. I'm working on a plan in just Iran, which its name is Youth Diplomacy for Clean Earth and Green Future, and I welcome all the youth minds, the youth creative minds, to be connected with me and to add their ideas, so we can create one global project together, and we can work together. It's my pleasure to see you all, dear friends, and wish you all the best. And I wish you a very brilliant new year ahead.
Thank you so much, and wish you the same. And yes, thank you so much to every speakers and the participants and the CE team internally and the managing team also for their such an engagement and contribution in this dialogue. And I would request everyone to turn on the camera for a quick group picture we can take. And yeah, so maybe we can take a group picture together online on screen. Yeah. Yep. Thank you so much. And before I close, I'll request everyone to please join our SASEANEE network for more such collaborations and get regional experts insights and resources through our digital platform called SASEANEE Connect. You can see the logo and which you can log in and create an account, and then you can get access to the resources, which is absolutely free. Any member can join from any country or any region. It's on the screen. You may please log in, and you can write us to also for any collaborations in the region and future opportunities. Thank you so much, everyone, and I'll be in touch, and I'll share the recording of the session on the YouTube channel also, and also with on our websites also. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Have a nice time. Bye-bye.